Alright, so should women lift weights? This stigma and this idea that's been around for years, it seems, that has most women thinking that if they lift weights, they're gonna get bulky and they're gonna look like a dude and all this other shit. Oh my god. And I feel like the reason this is because of mainstream media and magazines. I mean, think about it. Every time you go to the grocery store, look at the magazine rack, you got some skinny model or whatever that's in a bikini on Sports Illustrated or Vanity Fair. Unless it's the new Vanity Fair, it's got Caitlyn, but whatever, the same thing applies there. And it's portraying this idea of what perfection is or what is desirable, what is beautiful, what is beauty for a woman, which of course has a lot of women either chasing that or thinking if I lift weights I'm gonna get all muscly and no one's gonna want me, blah blah blah. Before I get into exactly what happens when a woman lifts weights, I want to show you some examples. The first batch of examples are women that I feel that have very rarely touched weights or never have touched weights in their life. And the second batch I want to show you is women that for sure have picked up weights in their life. Now let's start off with the first batch of the women that I feel that have never ever touched weights, and I have no idea who these fucking women are. I just googled bikini models and this is what the fuck it gave me. First we have this model that's looking for Prince Charming apparently. She's looking off over yonder. I have no idea. But the first thing besides her weird gaze on her face that I noticed is her shoulders. Look at her shoulders, look at her arms. Doesn't look like she's ever touched a weight in her life. Very skinny, almost I'm worried about you skinny. You can see the collarbone coming out. There's no definition going on in the abs. There's no kind of cuts or sign of athleticism whatsoever in this gal. Let's move on to the next girl. Here we go, Miss America. Alright, doing it for America. Yeah. I have no idea if this is Miss America. She just got the fucking flag bikini on. Anyways, fuck the bikini. Look at her stomach. There's no kind of definition, just smooth. She's got the very skinny legs going on, the skinny arms. If you notice, you know, between this one and the last one, their models always tend to bend to one side or have an arm up. That's to give the illusion that they have some shape to them. That's what they're paid to do. So let's move on to some girls that obviously lift some fucking weight. The first girl, bam, here we go. She's got the neon sports bra, don't care about nothing. The first thing I noticed about this girl, besides her crazy definition of her abs, look at her arms. Do those arms look manly, look crazy bulky? No, they look toned, they look athletic. She looks like she's got some shape to them. Let's move from the arms to the legs. Look at her quads, meaning the front of her thighs. She's got shape to those thighs out of this world. That comes from weight training, and you don't get those kind of results from lifting any kind of pussy ass weight either, believe you me. So let's move on to the next girl. Boom, the first thing I noticed about this girl, again, look at the quads, look at the hams, meaning the front and the back of the legs, look at the glutes. She got those results by lifting some weight. And you can see the definition, the cuts in her abs. Now look at her arms. Do they look like they're bulky and dude-like? No, they look toned and they look athletic. Alright, so the next woman I want to show you is a friend of mine. She goes by the name of Pam Flex Fit. I'll leave her Instagram and Facebook page link in the description below. So any disrespectful comments towards Pam, and I will rip you a new one. Sorry Pam for using you as an example. Don't hate me. I just used you because you are a perfect example of what happens to a woman's physique when she lifts heavy ass fucking weight. Let's check out Pam's first pic. So the first thing you notice is her defined arms. They're not crazy bulky. Look at the cuts in her stomach there. Look at the tone in her legs. Now this picture was taken, I believe, a couple weeks around her show. What I mean when I say show is Pam competes in a bodybuilding type show. It means she steps on stage. That means she's in the process in this photo of getting leaner, basically bringing her body fat down to a certain level. That way she can show off the definition in her muscle more for the judges. But the point is, does Pam look manly at all? No, Pam does not look fucking manly whatsoever. Let's move on to another picture of Pam. This one is a great one for a before and after. Alright, so if you look at Pam on the left here, this is before she started lifting. I believe she said this was taken 5 years ago. This is before she ever picked up any kind of weights. You can't really see her, she's kind of covered up, but you can see her arms. The arms are what I want to point out right now, is what I want to focus on. Look at her arms. They're like normal arms, basically. Pretty skinny, normal arms. Okay, so if you look at the picture on the right, this picture was taken 5 years later. This is the show that she did that I was talking about, that she was prepping for. This is her basically at her peak. What that means is she spent the last several weeks dieting down, getting her body fat down so that she could show off her muscles to the judges more. Again, I want to focus on the arms. Now look at the arms in her before, look at the arms in the after. Now keep in mind she's in a pose, so when you're in pose you tend to flare out your muscles a little bit more to make yourself appear bigger. Obviously there's a big difference between her arms now and her arms then, but the point is they still do not look manly. They do not look bulky. She does not look like a freak. There's one more thing I want to show you of Pam, and it really drives my point home about women lifting heavy weight. In this clip you'll see Pam doing an exercise that we call deadlift. Keep in mind Pam is 4'10". She is 4'10", 5 foot on a good day. She is 100 pounds soaking wet, okay? And if you look at the weight she's lifting, if that bar is a 45-pound bar, Pam is lifting about 195 to 200 pounds right there. What that means is Pam is lifting basically twice her body weight. Now if that's not heavy fucking weight for her, I don't know what the fuck is. Now the reason why Pam is lifting fucking heavy, not only because she wants to lift fucking heavy, but because Pam also is a powerlifting competitor. Meaning she goes to competitions and lifts heavy ass weight. She competes in lifting heavy ass weight. Meaning she lifts heavy ass fucking weight a lot. I am just trying to drive the point home that if you lift heavy ass fucking weight, you will not look like a man. You will not look like a dude. Again, does Pam or any of the ladies that I've showed you look like dudes? No, they have curves, they have shape. So let me explain what happens when you lift weights, no matter if you're a male or a female. So you go to the gym, you lift weights, and what that does, it tears your muscles apart. If there's enough stress on the muscle, if the weight's heavy enough, it's going to tear the muscle apart. Then you leave the gym, you're done with your workout, you go get something to eat, and that food that you eat acts as fuel to repair that muscle. The other thing that helps repair that muscle is rest. So when you sleep. So after your muscle gets done repairing, it comes back stronger and a little bit bigger. And I mean a little bit bigger. Microscopically a little bit bigger. Not like boom, overnight huge. And that's basically what happened. But the key point I want you to focus on is, in that process, when the body is healing the muscle, a hormone called testosterone is used in repair. And the more testosterone you have, the faster it's going to repair the muscle and the bigger your muscle can get. With that said, men have more testosterone than women, so men are able to get bigger. Women do not have as much testosterone as men, so genetically you cannot get big as a man naturally. If you had as much testosterone as a man, then you would probably be born a man. The next image I want to show you is what I feel that most people think what happens to a woman when she lifts heavy ass weight. Bam! Look at this woman. This woman is not natural, meaning this woman used steroids. And most steroids, all they are is shots of testosterone. The more testosterone you have, the bigger you can get. This woman obviously takes steroids. Because she takes steroids, which is a male hormone, she starts to take on manly features. Look at her face, look at her jawline, look at her nose. She starts to look more and more manly because she's shooting herself with man juice, so to speak. As long as you don't shoot yourself with man juice, then you have nothing to worry about. And I'm talking about steroids, not the other man juice. If you want to shoot yourself with that man juice, you do whatever the fuck you want behind closed doors. I'm not gonna judge you, alright? You do what you want. So the other point I want to drive in, that building muscle takes a long time. It doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen in a couple weeks or a couple months. It happens over a long period of time. You're not just gonna wake up one day, boom, you're huge. Not how it works. Not how it works at all. Even for men, it takes a long time for you to put on muscle. Which brings me to my next point. How muscular you get depends on you. You have to know when to say when. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror a year down the road or whatever and be like, okay, I got enough shape in my legs, I got enough shape in my arms, I like where I'm at, I'm gonna stay right here. Then basically you're just maintaining from there on out. Meaning you're not pushing yourself in the gym, hitting that extra heavy weight as someone who is trying to gain more muscle does. So basically just maintain, just cruise sailing, you know? You still have to eat right and you still have to hit those weights. If you don't, you tend to lose your muscle. Now as far as how muscular you look and how like defined you look, again, that depends on you. Like if you remember Pam's photo, her show photo from her couple weeks before her show photo, she's a lot more defined in her show photo than she was a couple weeks before because her body fat level was different. So you have to look at yourself and be like, okay, do I want to get leaner? Do I want to be more defined? Or I'm okay at this level? You've got to call it. So it's up to you. Let's talk about the pros and cons of women lifting weights. So the first positive thing is you get to have a little bit of curves. That's a good time, right? Hell yeah, curves. The second thing is you get to be strong. You get to get stronger. That's fun. What's not to like about being stronger? That's great. Another good thing is building muscle burns fat. You don't have to spend all your time on the treadmill being a cardio bunny. The girls that come into the gym and just do the treadmill or whatever elliptical, we call them cardio bunnies. Whatever. There's two major cons, but they're both pretty much the same. When you lift weights as a woman, you tend to get a lot of flack for it. And the reason you get a lot of flack for it is because a lot of people still have that idea, that stigma that if you lift weights, you're gonna get bulky, you're gonna look like a man. And the act of lifting weights is actually seen in some cases as not feminine, as manly. You know, it's unattractive for a woman to lift weights. Me personally, I feel that is fucking complete bullshit. However, you have to decide what you want to do. At the end of the day, you have to decide how you want to look. If you want to look like the bikini model and just skinny, you know, and your biggest obsession is to have a thigh gap, by all means do that. If you want to lift weights, you want to have some shape, do that. At the end of the day, you have to be comfortable in your skin. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. Alright, so to recap, if you're a woman and you lift weights, you will not get bulky, you will not look like a man. Number two, to look like a man, to look bulky while you lift weights, you'll have to take steroids, shots of man juice. Not that kind, the kind with the needles or a pill. And number three, at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable in your fucking skin. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or don't do whatever the fuck it is you want to do. Me, I'm gonna take my punk ass to bed.